Let's go to Nigeria now. The country's President Muhammadu Buhari has reacted to the abduction of the schoolgirls from Dapchi village in Yobe State. He's called it a national disaster. In the statement, he says, quote, "I have instructed the security agencies to deploy in full and not spare any effort to ensure that all the girls are returned safely and the attackers arrested and made to face justice. The entire country stands as one with the girls' families, the government and the people of Yobe State. We are sorry that this could have happened and share your pain. Our government is sending more troops and surveillance aircraft to keep an eye on all movements in the entire territory in the hope that all the missing girls will be found." Now, meanwhile, the parents of the missing schoolgirls say they plan to join the Bring Back Our Girls campaign. The movement has gained global attention over the past few years. Community leaders and parents have been expressing their outrage and sadness over the latest abductions. They want to bring their case to President Buhari. If it turns out the girls were taken by Boko Haram militants, it would be the largest mass abduction since the Chibok girls were taken in 2014. It's also emerged the number of missing girls could be more than 100.
We have the total number of missing girls, according to the parents, at 105. It is the parents that gave us the figures themselves. It is neither the government nor the school teachers that gave us the figure, but their parents.
Well, let's get you more now on that story. I'm joined on the line from Abuja by CGTN's Kelechi Emekela. Kelechi, of course, still some uncertainty about just the number of girls that we're talking about at the moment. Is there any more information on that?
Well, basically, Lindy, we could say that at this moment, the current figure of the missing girls stands at 105. What this implies is that this goes contrary to earlier reports that nearly 50 of the girls had been rescued. Now, the figure was reached after parents had compiled a list and done proper head counts of the children that have been missing. Now, what's still uncertain, is whether the girls fled into the bushes, as they had said earlier, and have yet to make their way home, or the parents say that they're also very frightened and very scared. With many girls failing to return home, they've expressed fears that their kids may actually have been kidnapped. Lindsay?
And of course, we've just been talking about the statement delivered by President Buhari, saying things like he won't spare any effort to return the girls to safety, that he shares in the nation's pain. He seems to be hitting the right notes, but are people convinced? What's been the reaction to that statement so far?
Well, the statement has really generated quite a lot of mixed reactions here. We've had people say, well, especially from the opposition, they really don't seem to believe that the president or the government of Buhari is capable of doing what it says it would do, because we see in the situation of the Chibok girls as well, even though so much efforts have been made, it took quite a while. So, well, they're not really, people are not really certain. The situation is still fresh on people's minds and on people's hearts, especially the parents. And all they want is their kids back, according to what they're saying here. They want their children to come back. They're not keen on so much assurances. They want more of action than words. Lindsay?
And of course, this incident, as you mentioned, has brought the Chibok girls back into the news, really. Does it essentially point to security forces not having learned valuable lessons from Chibok?
Well, absolutely. That's the reaction here as well. It's quite clear that the stand of Boko Haram has been against Western education. Well, many here say that they had expected that after the Chibok girls' abduction in 2014, authorities would have made efforts to ensure that schools were more secure, schools had better built-up perimeter walls. Security officials would have been posted to man and secure the children there, especially in the hinterlands, the villages and communities, that could easily be accessed by the insurgents. But unfortunately, much of that hasn't been done, and we see a repeat of, what happened with the Chibok girls saga, we see a repeat here. So in essence, so much more caution should have been taken in this regard. Lindsay?
Well, thank you so much. Kelechi Emekalam joining us there on the line from Abuja on those missing girls from Dapchi village.